Or is this a test right here? 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't remember if this is Tragic America, invite others to. Okay. I'm just gonna chill right now. I haven't been on YouTube long. I haven't been on YouTube long. I haven't been on YouTube long. It's been a while since I've been on YouTube. The only time I get the only time I get that I get views on YouTube is when I'm doing a live on YouTube. And usually then I talk about politics, but got no politics to talk about here. I got a book that I'm about to publish, Tragic America. That's going to be the name of the book. I'm thinking about using my real name on this motherfucker too. Why not, right? Let's see what all these buttons do here, right? Community moderation, chat filter, top messages, lighting on. Instagram used to be fun, y'all. What the hell happened? What happened to Instagram, y'all? What happened to Instagram, y'all? Instagram used to be fun, right? I don't know. When I first started coming on here, Instagram was like the app. And now it's like not the app, you know? I don't know, bro. 5 of y'all in here? Let me see if I can smoke a little weed with you. So listen, y'all, I got my book published. It is Tragic America poetry book in 3 different parts. It's autobiography on poetry, and it's gonna be on the website in like 3 or 4 days. It's already done right now. Hey, thank you for subbing, Kristen. I appreciate that. Once I was hiking in the deep woods with East Bluff, Merrimack, Wisconsin, I encountered a strange group dressed in red and black capes. I hid and watched their strange rituals and strange chants. Are you being for real? Because that's fucking weird and cool. Part of me wants to say you're capping, Dimension D9, but I would like to hear more about that. So follow me on Instagram or TikTok, Tragic America on every app. Instagram's easier for me to talk, but I'd like to hear that story like live now if you want. But you down for that? Go live right now on Instagram and I will post it and then clip it up and put it everywhere. Because that sounds like a crazy story. Or I could bore y'all and read you some of my poems while I smoke some weed. So it's up to you. Thank you for coming in here anyway and sitting in here while I'm boring y'all right now. I'm not gonna sit here and read you 10 poems, but I'm really happy about it, man. It's like 125 pages and it's an autobiography of my poetry. And it starts off me growing up in New York and then me going to prison and then me getting out to this dystopian, whatever the fuck we are, simulation, whatever we're in right now. Demand 10 poems? You don't want to hear my poems, man. I'll do like 2. How about that? I'll do 2. Okay, so I'll start it off in this is in Brooklyn. It's the chapters are not the chapters, the parts, the beginning. Chapter 1, the beginning, Coney Island memories, you, today, wired on the grid. Okay. Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna randomly, the beginning. Years before having to sit through a bid, I remember those days when I was a kid. Always felt love regardless of what I did. My cup overflowed, could not find the lid. Spoiled reaction, disregard my action. Could freestyle a poem but can't divide fractions. I know in the future, speed bumps and traction. It's all just a movie, so I kept on acting. Sitting with Nanny on the front porch, those days didn't think about weed and a torch. Whatever I did, I never got caught. Whatever I wanted, somebody bought. Somebody, Brooklyn block parties flooded the streets. We shot fireworks and forced ourselves to eat. Always was wary of the people I meet. I kept my mouth shut and had me a seat. Then on the weekend we drive to the city. The way it is now, it is such a pity. Began writing at an early age. I knew about spirits, now I burn sage. Did I ever think I'd be filled up with rage, or that Oxy would end up riding me in a cage? Can't say I did. Now let's turn the page. That was my city. Those were the days. I'm going to fast forward to prison real fast, okay? Actually, this is about my mom, and I forgot because this is like 3 years ago. But this is about my mom, and it made me tear up when I read it because I forgot it was about my mom. Mid-morning rain, decipher current pain, how to solve problems without naming names. Though it's not my fault and I'm not to blame, seeing her depression, it drives me insane. Wish I could make money enough in a day to wash all your voids and your troubles away. Spend with no limits, no secrets or debt. Right now I feel awful, you have nothing left. Always an addict, just never on drugs. I know when you were young, you received more than just hugs. Life wasn't easy, but here where you are. No one is like you, you're truly my star. Now I can do it, I will make a plan. I'll pay you back, give you all that I can. Always my hero and my biggest fan. I will make it right, show you I am a man. Okay, so should we go to prison real fast? Peace in hell, that's prison real fast, okay. Perception of life was drastically off, millionaire mind, but a dollar I saw. Pockets were empty, but so was my soul. Always something missing, never was I whole. Never could I stand to be in my own skin. Wish I was taller, wish I was thin. If I get that haircut, would you let me in? I'll sink to the bottom, fish with no fin. What could I do? Kill this nagging pain. Emotional twister with thunder and rain. Wonder what it would be like on cocaine. I stare at the window, transfixed on the rain. Anxiety filled and still seeking a thrill. I smoke marijuana and pop random pills. Now there's an image that I've created. Always acted crazy, constantly faded. Into a life I was about to enter, sucking me in, yet so sweet and so tender. So now I felt whole, or so I thought. The battle began. I bled and I fought. I contemplated demonic and desperate thoughts. For years I wondered before I was caught. It wasn't like magic, more like a revelation. I looked at myself, someone God had created. Or something more than lies in my brain, stuck in hell for years. I have been insane. I push myself daily. I'm not alone. Angels beside me. My God on my phone. Will I make it this month? Do I need a loan? Change my perspective. I get in my zone. That's me in prison going there. I'm just chilling, burning incense and all. Some kind of strange cult. Are you talking about, dude? I'm like, for you to just jump on with that story, that's crazy. I say you're awesome, man, people. Thank you, man. Thank you for saying that, brother. You know, just coming on here and saying that to somebody, it means more than you think. And, you know, you see that in the comments a lot, people saying that. But for you coming on here and saying that, it means more than you think. I appreciate that. Times haven't been so easy lately, you know? Let's go back to my comment. Sub chance, burning incense, and all. Kind of. Yeah, are you capping? Are you joking with me? Dimensions. D9. Will you come on a live with me? You don't have to show your face. We can go on Instagram, go on a live. You could cover your face and tell me the story. And then I can clip it up and I have a feeling it will do very, very well because I'm very interested in it. Do you have an Instagram? Best way to start the day, Q&A. Best way to start the day, me not rushing. Not rushing, getting up with enough time. I don't know what I messed up badly because I'm a kid. I did scroll back to your comment, bro. Do you have an Instagram? Do you have a TikTok? Do you have somewhere you could tell this story? Because I want to know more, and I know you have more to this. And I saw something like this on, was it CERN I was watching? Or was it something else, man? No, it was something on, it was something on something. Um, Dimension, D9. Come on, man. I didn't follow them. So you just saw them? You saw them. Hold on. How many people would you say there were altogether? And they were all kind of in the same outfits, kind of chanting. It could be like demonic stuff. Did you feel like it was anything of God or demonic? Who knows, bro? Who knows? There's some weird shit going on in the world today, man. Weird shit going on. What's up? What's up, Rob James? I can't find... Dude, I think I'm out of weed. I think I'm out of weed, and I'm pissed. Oh, we could check, I guess, right? This seems to be... people are trying to get me to go on TikTok, and I'm like, kind of gay. On here, when I do lives, it's the only time where people kind of cool come in. I'll be real. Instagram is... It ain't what it used to be, man. What happened? What happened? Plus, I talk about too much political shit to be on Instagram. Not anymore. I'll say that. I stopped. I stopped talking about politics and all that. Too much of a psyop. Oh wait. Oh, I think I hid some weed somewhere, y'all. Let's see if I really did. I might have hid some weed in here. So where are you, D? D comes in, he's like, yeah, I seen some people in the parking lot. They were all dressed up, chanting around. I'm like, whoa. Because I swear I saw that, like, on YouTube or Candace Owens talking about some shit like that, because that's something she would talk about, like the night before Charlie Kirk's murder. Not that I think what she says is crazy, because I don't. I think what she says, a lot of it's on point. Except the time traveler thing. What the fuck is up with that? Really? You know? I'm pissed, man. Maybe I have some more weed somewhere else. He didn't follow them. That's still a cool... That's not cool. That would freak me out, I guess. That would freak me out. So what's going on with the 70H and MGM and all that stuff, y'all? Can y'all tell me about that? I know I hid some weed somewhere, so I'm going to find it. Can y'all tell me about this new opiate game, the 70H, MGM, all this shit I keep seeing everywhere? I'm an old man. I'm Oxy, Roxy type of dude. But, yeah, man. And now I can't find weed. And it's too late to put it in order. Yeah, but Instagram sucks. And YouTube, it's kind of, I don't know. If y'all can, subscribe. I'll come on here and I'll do lives. Because I could post stuff and all that, but it's better just me coming on and doing lives, because then I could do poetry, then I could talk to y'all about... Anybody got any interesting shit? Anything alien-wise? Anything about ghost stories? Anything about hookers? Anything you got, just give it to me. The craziest story that y'all had this week. I know one of y'all in here out of the two had a fucking crazy story this week. Out of the one. Give me a crazy story, man. Something that'll lighten up my day. I'm looking for my other grinder because I could have sworn I saved a few nugs in there. I think I'm going to get off here in a second, though, and I'm going to go on Instagram. I can't go on Tragic America, so I'm going to go on Tragic America Podcast, because they nailed me already on Tragic America. But Tragic America Podcast, I will be on. Because I can't really talk to y'all like that in here, man. So I'm going to get off here for now. I'll either be on Tragic America Podcast or I will be on TikTok, y'all. What do you say? 1 for TikTok, 2 for Instagram. And on TikTok, it's Tragic America. The real Tragic America on TikTok. Tragic America? Instagram or TikTok? I can't believe I can't find any weed. It's getting me. Wait. Did I find my hidden stash? I think I did. Dimensions. Scroll back. Oh, that's not you, Dimensions. I got one just like that. Jesus sent me here. Amen, brother. Amen. I'll tell you, in this crazy world right now, Jesus is the only person that I know that is real. Right now, I don't know what's real or fake, but thank God I know Jesus. And what did Jesus tell you to come here and say? Fire. Tell me that. What did Jesus tell you to come here and say? I used to be an atheist, believe it or not. I had to see it over and over again to be like, oh, okay, no, it's real. Okay, it's real. It had to get to the point where I was saying, literally, I was in the middle of saying, it's a coincidence. I couldn't keep saying it anymore. It just, more and more and more, I was like, okay, this is real. Never in my life did I think that. And I was brought up Catholic. Now I just believe in the Bible. Jesus Christ. That's it. No denominations, just Jesus. And 1 Corinthians 5:12. 1 Corinthians 5:12. 1 Corinthians 5:12. You pull the Bible out. Everyone's probably going to dip out. 1 Corinthians 5:12. Now, I've seen some crazy shit, though, believe it or not. I've seen some crazy shit. Acts, 1 Corinthians 5:12. I'm not fast like that, man. I'm at Luke right now. John, Acts. I'm almost there, right? Romans, 1 Corinthians. Yeah, okay, here we go. Here we are. 12. For what I have to do with judging outsiders, it is not those inside the church whom you are to judge. God judges those outsides. Purge the evil person from among you, the world. And if the world is to be judged by you, are you incompetent to try trivial cases? Explain that to me. 2 Corinthians 5:10. 2 Corinthians. Oh, 2 Corinthians 5 and 10. Okay. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ, so that each one may receive what is due for what he has done in the body, whether good or evil. So what are you saying right there? Both of them judging. Are you saying, for we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ, so Christ judging us, for each one may receive what is due, for each one may receive what is due for what he has done in the body, whether good or evil. So you're saying, now in the body, Christ will judge what is good and evil. Correct?
If he's going to be evil, won't you?
No.
Sure. I love you.
Love you too. Are you saying right now? So God is, do you have like the picture God is judging throughout the day? Christ is the final judge with all of God's power. You know, that brought me away from the Christian church for so many years because I used to think people were the judge. And I used to look at people. And then I had to realize you're looking at the wrong thing, brother. People will always let you down. You know, and then I had this weird, I don't know, before I felt the Holy Spirit, I had this whack, I guess, vision of what Jesus was. You know, and it wasn't a loving, it was more of a, but I also grew up in the Catholic Church, you know. But what I did come to learn is Jesus is all love. And when I say Jesus is all love, a lot of people take that as he's passive. No, he's still like, remember, when he came and stopped them from doing business in the church, he was winding up that whip all night, man. He was mad. It was righteous anger. But yeah, you know, a lot of people take Christianity to be like, no. Jesus is not coming back the second time like he did the first time. Do y'all think we're in the final stages? Do you think we're and when I say that, you know, it could be months, it could be years, and maybe every generation feels like that, but with AI, with everything going on, do you think we're like in the final days? And when I say days, I mean years, maybe. I don't know. I read Revelations once, man, and there's a lot. When Christ returns, there's no more lovey-lovey. You're either with him or you're not. When the books are open, he shall separate. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, you could see by what's going on in the world. It's like there's so much evil. You know when he comes back. It's now it's the games are over with, and yeah, people are gonna pay, man. People are gonna pay. There's been plenty of Christians that are still to this day getting persecuted. You know, it's just a load of information now on the internet, man. And I don't know if it's always been just this crazy, but I kind of don't think so, you know? I think we're seeing stuff right now that, I mean, AI alone is nuts. But, you know, you have other things I'm hesitant to say when it comes to politics, you know? Because it got kicked me off every other app. Not kicked off, but shadow banned, you know? Are you as specific, like Catholic, Orthodox, or when people ask me, I just say the Bible, Jesus. I went to a Christian evangelist church but it wasn't because of that. It just was because I love the people there, and I was doing a homeless ministry, and that was what I loved doing. Actually, that was the best time I ever had in my life. It was a homeless ministry, and it was for addicts, and the best time I ever had in my life, man. being around homeless addicts and trying to help them get better if they were willing. And the couple that were willing, oh man, just to sit there and talk. I mean, that's me. That's me. That's why. Everybody has their thing. Mine was, and it still is, addiction. I can relate to that. And judging. You see, I'm not one to judge. Yeah, maybe if we're in the church together and you're doing wrong, I could say, hey, brother, but I would never, I'm not the one to be like, now, hey, brother, I know you're going through a rough time right now. Do you need any help? Because that's another touchy subject right there, because then you get somebody, in the church and they're doing wrong and you don't want to say anything, and then they start corrupting other things. Um, you know, I've just now been able to start getting more assertive, I guess, you know, non-denominational. Yeah. I never really, I mean, I see now because of this war in Israel and everything that there's this big difference, I guess, between Catholicism and Orthodox and evangelist, Protestant, and does it all have to do with basically the state of Israel? Because I mean, I know there's more than that, but like that's what it seems a lot of it's about, huh? Or maybe I'm just wrong, honestly. I don't know. It seems like Protestant, evangelists, um, I don't know, some are lean more towards the state of Israel than others, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. Dr. Mike. I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, dude. Yeah, what's up with that? Is that just like I didn't know that was like just like a church thing. Like there's always like a Dr. Mike or a, like cartoon name in there. Yeah, how about just like, hey, what's up? My name's Frank, man. But I'm out in Florida, man, and I was going to this church out in Delray, the Avenue Church out in Atlantic Avenue, Delray Beach, and there was, man, Casey, Mitch, there were some people out there where you felt the actual real love, man. Doctors, bishops, prophets, yeah. What do you think about? I'm sure you think speaking in tongues is all hogwash too, then, right? I'm sure. Um, yeah, man, I just feel like it's God. It's your relationship with God. It's like like I think humans just we complicate shit too much. I never got that about like having to pray to another dude too or confess to another man when I can confess to God. I remember my aunt got a divorce back in the 70s, and her husband was in Vietnam. He got out, hooked on heroin, and he used to beat her bad. And she got divorced, and they would not let her go back to the Catholic Church. They want her to pay money, dude. And she's like, I'm not paying you anything. My husband was beating the shit out of me. And then we saw what happened with the Catholic Church and all that. After that, it's just we live in a fallen world, man. Everything's just it's an evil world, man. And sometimes that still gets to me, even though I know that. Sometimes it still gets to me. But I don't know if it's just the times or it's me and what I'm going through, but it's been rough, man. It's been rough. It's been rough for me as of lately. Family wise, things are really weird. I've been taking care of my mom, which I love. I pray that I'd be in the position to do this. But things are just weird, man. They're weird. I'm doing my best to keep it together. I have a friend and his wife live in Delray, Florida, and I flew there and stayed in the hotel. Wouldn't be. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. Right now I am in Boca, West Boca. It's a 55 and older community. I moved back home with my mom. She's had surgery on her hip. It got infected. And for the last year and a half, I've been taking care of her. Thank God I have a job. I could work from home, and then I do content from here. And every once in a while, I'll head out, go to the office. Because I'll go nuts sitting in here too much, you know. But yeah, so what do you think? You think Andrew Tate's gonna end up staying in jail this time, or what? Do you think he's innocent, guilty? What's your view on that? The Babe Ruth Museum is in Boca. You know what? I never heard of it, man. They did have the Pete Rose restaurant out here back in the day. I went to the Hall of Fame out in Cooperstown, New York, and that was fun, man. Except I can't hit a curveball. I can't hit none of those pitches, man. It looks like it's coming right at your head, and it's like, yeah, man, no. I used to think I was a good baseball player until someone threw a curveball at me, going like 75, 80 miles an hour. Babe Ruth Museum. I gotta look that up, man. Oh, yes. I never been inside the museum though. Southeast. Boca's okay. It's just there's not much to do. I like the beach, Deerfield Beach, Delray, the Strip over there. Over here it's just West Boca, Meisner Park. There's some cool parks that I've just walked around in by myself, dude. But I would tell people, like, I came down here young and I was born in New York, and sometimes I regret that because I could have got a city job in New York and this and that. I had connections to the union down here. It's like you have to know what you're gonna do. The same job that my dad worked in New York and he was making like 80,000 a year. They tried to give him like $6, $7 an hour when we first came here. Not big with unions down here. I know I had my trees and I hid it somewhere that I can't find right now. I'm probably gonna hop off here in a little bit. I rented a bicycle for $10, 6 hours. Damn, that's a long ride. Would you do it on 95? See, I'm saying that, but I'm lazy, man, at this point. A1A, that's beautiful. A1A is beautiful, man. That's the thing about Florida. It's beautiful, man. It is. You know where I really want to go? To the Keys and have like a little bungalow out there and just be a writer and just like, I don't know, just chill. Just chill with a bunch of artists and writers, and yeah, man. The Keys is beautiful. It's getting crowded here. Really crowded in Boca, South Florida. And the amount of money down here, I didn't know, man. When I first moved down here, my parents used to tell me, listen, you see all your friends around you? Don't get in trouble because you're going to be the one that goes to jail, and they're not. And guess what? They were right. They were right. There's a lot of money down here, and I did not comprehend that until I was much older. Lighthouse Point. Okay, yeah, that's the thing. It's beautiful out there. It's beautiful that whole way. When I grew up, I was in New York till I was like 10 or 11. Came down here, and it was Oxys, all Oxys pills. Took out like my whole high school class, and then some. everyone doctor shopping. It was a hot mess down here, man. And that led me to 6 years and 11 months in Florida State Prison from 2012 to 2019. DUI, manslaughter. And y'all could look me up, Frank Baruco, Boca Raton. You'll find the articles on there. It's nothing I'm proud of at all, but I also don't hide it. I came back East Florida. Man, I was in New York it was October. It was Halloween of last year. I was in New York, and I miss New York, man. I do. Just the vibe out there. We used to have block parties and just chill, and everyone knew each other. And I know it's not really like that anymore, but it's still got that vibe, that New York vibe, man. I don't know. Y'all, I had the weirdest weekend, man. The weirdest weekend, man. I've been having like these weird weeks, and like I only have a couple people I could really talk to them, like talk about it to, and I don't know what the fuck's been going on, man. I don't know if it's like, I know everyone's got their issues right now. Maybe it's just the uncertainty of the world. I don't know, but it's like every week I see some shit, and it's like it stems from people being in pain. I know that, but they're hurting other people in that process. This week was a really weird one. Listen, if this shuts off, my Instagram is tragicamerica, tragicamerica podcast. My TikTok is the real Tragic America. My Twitter is Tragic America. Every site I'm Tragic America on, so you'll find me on there. And I appreciate it if y'all follow me or subscribe. Anyone that I'm talking to, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But yeah, man, it's been, I don't know. And I could just be saying about these weird times and all this because I'm going through it. But I've also noticed that I did 6 years, 4 months, 22 days, and stayed prison up here for armed robbery. I initially got 7.5 years, but 5 rounds. I feel you, man. My first charge was armed robbery, and I didn't even have a gun. But my dumb ass took that charge because I wanted to get out of county jail so bad, when it would have been like probably not even a robbery, like, what do they call it? A grand theft or something. But I took the robbery just because I was green and I wanted to get out of jail. And now, since then, I haven't been in trouble in 15 years. But since then, from any time I got in trouble after that, I was always in the worst cells, little jits, fucking, you know. What I gotta say, truthfully though, about prison is it changed my life for the better. It saved my life, and I'm not just saying that trying to be corny. It saved my life for real. I met God there. I took sociology there. Thank God I have a good family, so I was able to take college courses because it's not there for everybody. I mean, the feds, maybe it's different, but not in state prison. They make you sign papers saying you're doing stuff and you're not getting anything, you know. But I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful for the family that I have, that I've had. Even though we're all going through some rough times right now, I'm still grateful. And that's kind of what it's been. This weekend, I almost can't even explain, man. I got a nephew. He's young. When I say young, 18. To me, that's young. But he's been going through some stuff, man. And I see myself in him. And, you know, my mom's close to 80, and he's been putting her through some stuff. And it's just been getting weirder and weirder, man. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I was in a cell by myself. And I remember what started it was a guy that slept about 2 bunks away from me. And I was smoking K2 in there. I didn't know it had fentanyl on it though, but I was smoking K2. And I felt like shit. I was still getting high in prison. I remember sitting there on the locker like this. And this old man says to me, he says, "Hey, Frank, man, don't worry so much about stopping the bad, but start adding the good. And you'll start seeing the bad just fall away." And for some reason, people have been trying to talk to me for years. When he said that, something clicked, dude. Something clicked. And that made sense. And that man's name was Grady, and he played a huge part in introducing me to Christ. And then in this 3 month span, this series of events happened that I could not call a coincidence anymore. Until at the end, I was just like, okay, Lord, I believe it. And then I felt the Holy Spirit. Oh, jeez, man. You say that, and without knowing how close that hits the home, brother. You know, it's in everybody's, not everybody. It's in a lot more people's lives than people think. For me, it was pills, and then it went from pills. A lot of my close friends got wiped out with fentanyl, and I'm sorry for your loss, man. I'm sorry for your loss. Um, were you ever into drugs at all, or you were like straight always? I have a sister. She was completely straight. She drinks and stuff, but she was never, thankfully, never into drugs. And it's weird, man. It's like from when I was young, I kind of always had that addict thing in me, man. His girlfriend found him on the floor. Uh, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. I wouldn't wish addiction on anybody, bro, because you can't. To a normal person, you can't understand it. It doesn't make logical sense. It doesn't make any sense. Like why you would go back and do the same shit that's screwing you up. It's making you go through all this pain. It doesn't make sense to the average person. Um, but I had visions of me being an addict from when I was a young age, and that's what trips me out, man. I remember there was these in New York, these firecracker pops, and I was going up to this Russian store, getting one at a time, and I was about like 8 or 9 in, and I remember having this feeling like uneasy, like almost like a crackhead, and we're going to get crack over and over, but I didn't know that feeling then. I was like 8 years old, and nobody in my family did drugs like that. I remember having a dream in New York at like 6 years old, being surrounded by cocaine. I don't know where I came from. 11 years, bro. How, man? How? Like how? And that must have been hard. This alcohol, I know, is a hard one coming off. Benzos is one. I've been on benzos for a long time, prescribed them. And alcohol and benzos are the only two that they can kill you coming off of them. But alcohol, man, I have respect for that. And how did you do it? How'd you do it? And did you think it was going to be boring at first? Were you just sick of it? Did you end up meeting somebody? Or it was just like a choice, like I'm done. I guess, we're all at different places in life when, we go through that. I'm worried, man, because of the benzos, because I was prescribed those a really long time. And I tried to come off them, and I thought I was going mentally insane, honestly. I really did. Now I'm on a low dose, but I don't feel it at all. It kind of just makes my body just normal, like blood pressure wise and all that. I was never a drinker. I just never liked the taste of it. My uncle was an alcoholic, but I just never liked the taste of it. But yeah, man, alcohol. Um, I have a lot of friends that it brought down, man. Me, it was opiates, weed, and benzos, which I guess essentially the same thing as alcohol, but more so like pills, pharmaceuticals. Because that was my age was more pharmaceuticals. Now it's like nobody knows what the fuck it is out there in anything, you know? It's all types of chemicals, and they sell them over the counter, most of them, man. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. But 11 years, bro. Like, I tried rehabs, group home. Me too, all that. One day, ask God. You know, I did that. I did that one time earnestly, and I say earnestly halfway because I was in prison. But I was hooked on K2. It had it in there, and it had fentanyl on it and all that. And he literally took it away where, like, it scared me to do it. Every time I did it, I would get, like, an anxiety attack. When I got out, knowing when I knew, I turned the other way and I went back. And that's when I actually saw demons. I'm not even going to BS with you. It's like once I knew and I still went, I saw demons. Um, but I got back on medication, which I didn't have to. I was away for 7 years. That's awesome, man. So no weed at all, or still like, the weed does help me, man. It kind of gets me like inside myself. It doesn't really get me away from myself. It's out of any, the benzos don't even really calm me down anymore, but the weed actually does. And I don't mean like a blunt, like I could just take a couple hits and I'm good. 45 years, dude. Hey man, take my I don't know if you're on Instagram or X, but Tragicamerica. It's got a logo on there, my name on there. It's like this, or the same one on here, but it's lighter. But follow me on there, bro, because I'm gonna get off here. That's what it'll look like. And shoot me a DM, man. You seem cool. Stop smoking blunts, dude. But I'd love to have a conversation with you about that, man. Did you have a female in your life at the same time? Did you have something else change in your life besides um, just stopping? Was there something else? Or it was like, you know what I mean? Or were you married at the time when you were drinking? It's the first time in my life that I haven't been in a relationship. And it's a good thing because the whole time I was in prison, I was praying. My dad passed away when I was in prison. The whole time I was in there, I was praying, dear God, please let my mother be alive long enough that I could be outside and I could take care of her. And this is the first time I haven't been in a relationship, and I'm here taking care of her. Bless the Lord. And I needed the time without a female also because I needed to learn who the hell I am at 41 years old. It's good you don't have those, bro. Like just to scroll through them too. I mean, I have it to do content on, but scrolling through it it's like an echo chamber that sends you down a pit of BS. Like I would, ugh, you know. So I try not to like go through it, but I'll go on there and go live like this. Like I went to film school. I was into writing, so I was always kind of into creating. And then when I got out of jail, they had Instagram and all these apps. I'm like, damn, man, this is what I want to do my whole life, right? make content. But yeah, if you're going down that scrolling, especially now, not knowing what's real or fake, and everyone's on there, like every third video is like, the world's gonna end, I don't know what to do anymore. And I'm like, man, this psyop's the biggest psyop we ever had in American history right here, man. 64. Man, it's just a number, bro. Like, I feel old. I feel old as fuck. I feel old as fuck, I do. Like, sometimes I feel like it's over from, like I'm not even playing. I'll be like, damn, I'm 41. I blew it. Like, I blew so much of my life. 61, that's almost another 20. Isn't that weird, man? How, like, you could trick your mind into thinking that, though. Damn, man. Yeah. 80. 2003, man. You gave me hope tonight, brother. You gave me hope. For real. Because I've been having a hard couple weeks. And I just want to say that you gave me a lot of hope tonight, man. I'm going to hop off here, bro. Scratch, man. I'll follow you on here. If you want to follow me on here, and we'll catch up on here, brother. But I honestly got to say, you gave me a lot of hope tonight, man. And thank you. I really mean that. I got to make sure she took her pills up. And I'm sweating already. You too, brother.